And we are back. Uh-oh. We lost the live stream on Discord, and I'm echoing. What is going on here? How's that? Nope.
Huh.
All right. See if that worked. So guys, we are trying to multitask here. I'm trying to make sure that YouTube is still doing what it's supposed to be doing, that AJ is able to hear us in Discord. And I need a second. Entertain them, babe.
Okay, well, I'm going to restart my live on TikTok, but allow all comments. And let's go, guys. I was my own backup vocals.
This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work because as I'm talking, it's coming through Discord and then onto the mixer.
Can you mute Discord or turn it off?
No, because otherwise we're not going to be able to hear AJ.
I wonder how like Ethan Klein does it with Olivia. Because
it shouldn't be doing that.
Okay. Well, let's keep going, guys. Another one. Ooh, traveled from TikTok to YouTube for the podcast. Thank you, Abigail Hernandez. Loving the new thingy peaches. Thank you. This is my pipe. They say it sounds good on that side.
Are they hearing an echo?
We don't hear an echo. So
okay, so that's an us problem.
It's an us problem.
Okay, so they're not hearing an echo. We are.
That's going to irritate the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me agreeing with myself. Allow comments.
Dude, AJ, say something so I can see if I can hear you. All right. You got a whole lot of background noise. See, does that work? Nope.
Oh, Courtney sent.
Yeah. This is going to be one of those things that we are going to hear our own echo and they're not going to hear it.
Okay.
We're going to have to do this another time and like figure out how to make that go away.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, we are going to try something new tonight, and that we're going to end up doing a news article, life, some shit.
I forgot I was live on TikTok.
Oh.
'Cause I don't want to get a general violation. Ooh, I sound like Cartman from South Park. Fuck you, Kyle.
All right, AJ. So what do we got? Okay.
Shames.
Yeah. So we did hear something about it. I saw only because Vanilla Ice was like pushing people to take selfies at his concert.
Started doing the opposite. You mean like not standing behind her? I love that. What did she say? What was...
Yeah, go ahead and read the article.
They can't hear AJ.
That's odd. Because it's going through the same mixer. Is that everyone that can't hear AJ?
Oh, fuck me.
Well, so much for that plan. I'm going to close Discord and send you a Zoom.
I hope that works.
Stand by, guys.
All right, I'm going to come back over here. I saw Alexis apologize for not being able to subscribe. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. It happens. I appreciate that you're here anyway.
Always a technical fucking problem. It's never just like an easy, this works exactly as it's supposed to work shit.
Oh, thanks for the roses, guys. How did I find my personal aesthetic? I just put on things that I like. If I feel good in it, I wear it. Oh, shit. Shy's in the chat. My favorite feminist. I think she is right now, yeah. There are not a lot of other feminists that I'm like, yeah, I do enjoy you. I have not come across very many sensible feminists. I think that's how I should put that. Sensible ones.
Well, this is anticlimactic as fuck.
I'm vibing. I felt the rains down in Africa. Oh, excuse me.
All right. So he's there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Check.
No echo. Audio's through. Can the chat hear AJ?
Chat here, AJ. Waiting on the responses.
Yep. Waiting on the responses. That should be going through a different mixer or a different part of the mixer. So, all right.
I hear
we have
AJ.
audio.
Yep, we can. All right, we're good.
All right. So we were talking about the Miranda Lambert selfie thing.
Yes, her getting so angry at people.
Right. So let's start with that.
Yeah. Okay. So Miranda Lambert fans walk out of her concert after she shames selfie takers. So there was an incident where she had a group of fans basically up really close, probably 2 or 3 rows into the front of the stage, and they lined up and took a selfie during one of, I guess, more of her emotional songs.
Okay. So was she like
She
crying?
got really mad and stopped the whole performance. Hold on. I'm going to stop right here for a second. I'm sorry. Lambert said to her pianist, these girls are worried about their selfie and not listening to the song. It's pissing me off a little bit.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute, because first and foremost, when you buy a ticket to see someone perform, you are giving them your money to watch them circus monkey.
Right, it's an experience.
Right. And if you want to take pictures or selfies or pick your nose, you should be able to do that. You're paying them to perform. Their job is to perform. What happens in the audience around is none of their fucking concern.
Right. How about thank you guys for being here tonight?
Right. Thanks for giving me your money.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting my dreams and making it a reality.
This is the ego bullshit that I have an issue with the tattoo industry.
Yeah. I love taking photos with fans.
Right, I do too.
It's
when
amazing.
people recognize us, it's yeah. I would never be like, "Hey, fuck you! I'm out with my woman." Like, I'm gonna
Right.
take the time to talk to them and like.
We're here because of you. We
Right.
have the platform we do because of you.
Right. Unreal.
That's very entitlement.
Apparently, Jenna said it was a VIP section also. So those were not cheap tickets. Those were like big high-end tickets.
Oh wow, I'd be taking a selfie too. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Look at me, guys. I can almost touch her shoe. Like,
Yeah.
look at how close I am. Oh wow, I used to really enjoy Miranda Lambert. That perspective, I have to process that with her. Okay.
Vanilla Ice had a thing show up on my Facebook page that was like, Vanilla Ice tells his fans to take selfies at shows. And I'm like, anything he can do to get some attention.
Not you brought up Vanilla Ice. I love that our son walks around the house going, ice, ice, baby. Den, 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 na, na.
Is there more to that article?
Sorry, Chris. I was trying to figure out my audio in the my headphones.
Oh.
But so she just had a concert recently after the whole like meltdown with fans kind of protesting. It says during another concert at her Velvet Rodeo residency in Las Vegas, the country star spotted someone in the audience wearing a
Your
t-shirt
audio is very in and out, dude.
Ooh, better?
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to get close to the mic. So it says, spotted at someone in the audience who was wearing a t-shirt that read, "Shoot tequila, not selfies." Lambert appeared to enjoy the reference, telling the fan, "That's bad at us." So she scolded one set of fans and then realized she got hate for it, and now she's encouraging it.
Yes. So she doubled down.
Huh.
Or no, she backtracked. Right? Shoot. What did this
No,
shirt
it
say?
said-
Shoot tequila, not selfies.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't necessarily backtrack on her original statement. She didn't apologize. She just had another concert and basically laughed at it, the guy's shirt, making fun of the incident.
Oh, so she was like, fuck all you, my fans who are offended by this.
Right.
I stand by what I said. Okay. You know, I would have taken that as an opportunity, you know. Maybe she was having a bad day and she had to hype herself out to go on that stage, right? Like it was going to be that one last thing that broke her that day, and it was that. And she was maybe a little bit over emotional and conducted herself in a way she shouldn't have on stage. After the fact, she could have clarified, like, hey, I reacted poorly and I do apologize for that. Before I got on stage, I got a phone call, blah, 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 blah. The reason I was so upset with the selfie is because I felt like it was taking away from my performance or whatever. Not that it makes it okay or logical, but people have a reasoning for the way they act.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to walk over there and like photobomb and
I
like
would've, yeah.
make that person's night?
Yeah.
Because that would have been a positive viral experience.
Right.
It would have given her publicity in a very good manner, not what she's going through right now. She's getting a ton of hate for this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You would think that people are paying you that kind of money to see your show. The least you can do is be happy that they're there.
Right.
Like, should have taken her phone and did the selfie from the stage
Right.
with them in the background and handed it back to them. Like, you don't...
Yeah. That would have been the move.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I even think with what she did, coming out and taking accountability and saying whatever it was, would have helped the situation a little bit better and be like, okay, we get it. Everybody's human. That could have been the one thing.
I don't think that would have mattered.
No? You think people are just already over it?
I know that if she would have come out and done that, if she would have just simply said, look, you know,
Yeah.
we're getting paid to perform. I should have conducted myself in a better manner and left it at that. I might have accepted that more, but like making an excuse for it, I'd have been like, your job is to perform.
Right.
When I'm having a bad day as a tattoo artist, I don't get to be a dick and fuck up tattoos and just blame it on a bad day. Like, I still got to do my job.
No, see, that's not what okay, so as somebody who would be looking for an apology, that's not what I'm looking for when I'm saying what I'm saying. So let me rephrase. When I hear an apology, I like to hear the ownership of the action. And like I said, I want to know the why of things.
Yeah.
So what made you think that it was okay? Why was that your best choice in that moment?
Right.
What was the build up to that where you thought that that was okay? And I want to hear the recognition of that, and I want to hear the ownership of that. If you can't tell me why you behave that way, then there's no excuse for anything. You just think it's okay to behave like that? You live life that way? At that point, I'd be like, okay, I'm good. If there's a little bit of a why, I feel I'd have a little bit more of a understandable, but it's still in question, instead of just a massive fuck you.
So here's another thought process behind all this.
Yeah.
She is a multi-millionaire recording artist.
Right.
Her job is basically to go out there and make music that people enjoy and to make people feel good or whatever it is that her music does. Instead of letting the people in the audience have a good time and like do that, she now feels like she is so superior to everyone else that's in that show that's paying to watch her perform
She can tell them what to do.
that she can tell them what to do, and she gets to dictate the way that things go because I'm the center of the universe while you're here to watch me, not
Right.
thank you for fucking supporting my career and making sure that I have the millions of dollars I have Because had you guys not bought these tickets and had my tour flopped and had my records not done well, I would probably be bartending somewhere or wherever the fuck she did before she made it big in music. There's a gratitude and a level of humility that needs to be maintained at all times,
Right.
especially when you're in the spotlight. That egotistical, egomaniacal nonsense that those people do, fuck those people, dude.
Right.
I obviously don't know her music. I've never listened to her songs, but knowing that this happened, even if she had a #1 hit that was like
Right.
huge, I wouldn't listen to it.
So I love Miranda Lambert. Like, she was a really big staple for me in a lot of hard times, like processing not having my dad. Like, a lot of her music got me through that shit. So I guess part of me wants to like see the humanity in it a little bit and give her a little bit of that benefit of the doubt, but it's not appropriate. She should have never done that. She should have definitely conducted herself in a different way.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said. I guess I'm just defending the fact that I'm trying to devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to clarify, I'm not trying to excuse the behavior at all, in case that's the way it's coming across.
So somebody said, I hear the fans near them were happy that she called them out because they were being loud and disruptive to everyone around them.
So instead of the people that were being disrupted by them doing what they were doing, saying something like a normal human would, like, hey, do you mind? You're kind of ruining the show for us. You're being very loud. We can't hear the music that's coming through these 200 fucking speakers above us.
Yeah.
I can only hear you and your belligerence. They were too cowardly to actually address the situation that she had to stop her show to do it.
If that was the case, what I would have done, I would have put my microphone down, somebody hold this for me, and I'm going to have a one-on-one conversation with you. You're fucking up. You are ruining the experience for everybody else, and I'm giving you the decency to do this in private and not in front of everybody here.
Right.
Act right.
You'd mom them, huh?
I would. Little kiss on the forehead. Get it together.
That's funny. All right. I got nothing else on this one. I don't, there's not an excuse for that behavior,
No, there's
regardless of what was going on. You know, when there are mosh pits and somebody goes down and a singer stops, it's like, pick that motherfucker up. Or if somebody's groping a woman and the singer stops the show to stop that from happening, I can respect that. But stopping to berate someone just because you don't like what's going on out there in terms of like what they're being loud and obnoxious, it's a fucking concert. You're at a stadium where they're selling beer and, you know, people are going to get fucked up. They're going to be at a concert being belligerent. That's what happens.
I think they can
What do you
still conduct
expect?
themselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I were a singer and I have a stadium full of fans and I have people in the VIP section and I know they paid a lot of money to be there and I see a group of girls being belligerent and ruining the experience for everybody else, I am going to stop and say something.
Yeah.
Like, just like you paid to be here, so did everybody else. I understand that you're having a good time. Let's conduct ourselves a little bit better.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to go security? Can you check the VIP section, please? And send security in there instead of spotlighting it from her stage and letting security deal with that.
That could have been an answer,
I'm just
definitely.
saying, there's always better ways to deal with something. And in the moment, I'm sure she wasn't thinking that. She flat out admitted she was bothered
mad.
by it. So
Yeah.
it was a her thing. It had nothing to do with anything in the audience. It was literally her reacting because she was bothered by the fact that they were taking selfies. So all the things that have come to light since then while she was on stage doesn't fucking matter because that's not what happened. Right?
Do you think they're trying to spin it a little bit to make it more,
Probably.
I guess, digestible of her behavioral?
It would make sense. But, you know, that's, I don't know. What else do we got, AJ? Do we got a different one? I'm over this one.
We do. I forgot to mention, though, everyone say hi, Michelle, because she's right here next to me. She doesn't have a mic, but she's got headphones.
You know that when you move here, we have a station set up now that's a high top table that has 2 microphones set up in the podcast room.
We were just talking about how she should quit her job once we move.
Yeah.
So she can come onto the payroll for AY Enterprises.
That would be the way to do it. Hopefully have a studio.
My bad.
Hopefully that we'll have a studio. I'm waiting to hear back. I put an offer in on a 2,000 square foot space. So we may have a physical location to go record at here pretty soon. Oh, hey guys, for you guys in the chat, did you know that our his and her shirts dropped yesterday? We have gotten a bunch of shirt orders in. I filled I think 65 orders today that are going out tomorrow. We got stickers in. So if you guys are in the chat, if one of the mods can hit that at the exclamation merch thing to give links to people, that would be dope. All right. So what is the next topic?
So if you've been on TikTok recently, you've probably seen these weird people just doing the NPC live streams.
Oh, look at Peach's face. Yeah. Let's talk about that one.
Okay.
All right, so this is from Forbes. The bizarre TikTok NPC live stream trend where creators act like robots. A strange TikTok trend where users live stream themselves acting like an NPC or an automated non-player character with pre-written dialogue, complete with nonsensical phrases like "ice cream so good," used in response to gifts given by their audience, is going viral and confusing the internet, but it's making some streamers big money. So if you've seen them, I think Pinky Doll is the one who went viral. She said something like she makes $7,000 a stream, and then everyone just jumped on this trend.
That's insane.
It's a fetish.
Yeah. So you want to, because we had a very long talk about this the other day. I'm going to let you just do your thing. I'm going to sit over here and let you.
Hold on.
Okay.
The other article I have pulled up for this is
more.
actually. Oh, wait. Hold on. 1 second. All right, so it was actually Piers Morgan. A guest blasts NPC TikTok trend as selling your soul for quick money. In a way, it's being fetishized.
Well, there you go. Have at it, babe.
So I came across a TikTok. My phone's up there. I was going to tell you who it was. She is in the corn industry, and she said that this has been a thing forever. And now it has made its way to a TikTok platform. And people are spamming gifts. They're getting so much money because they're trying to get the robot to short circuit or take a ride down Splash Mountain. Yeah. So the reason I have such a fucking problem with this is because children are going to see that. And they're going to start emulating it.
Right.
They're going to be doing it in public. They're going to start doing it on a platform. Sound of freedom. Y'all can't deny the shit anymore. So now we have a trend on TikTok that's making people thousands of dollars a day. Kids want to do what they think is cool. Just a breeding ground.
Yeah.
And adults are just doing it. I came across a guy who said, I'm going to do it anyway. And he's doing it. People are just jumping on this trend. I saw a pissed off, like a really angry lesbian, really playing up the angry lesbian role of the NPC. People are really fucking selling their souls for this, for money.
So my favorite creator that's gotten on this trend is this dude who's a complete troll. And he says that if you really want to watch an AI stream, and then have you seen the Roomba style lawnmowers?
Yes.
No.
So it's basically a Roomba, but for your yard. And he straps a phone and he duct tape it down and he lets the thing live stream for like 4 hours. And he's now broken the top like 5 TikTok live streamers.
Because his lawnmower's cutting grass with a phone
People
on
are
the front of it?
donating as the thing is strapped on like a GoPro, donating to a lawnmower. He ran it so much the last week that I saw a post that he blew the engine. But people are still just sitting there watching it with a beer propped up next to it saying like under repairs or like taking a break.
How fucking dumb have we become as a society that this is what we're getting for entertainment value?
I'm going to need to hear that again.
There's a lawnmower. Dude created an account and he put a phone on a lawnmower, an automated lawnmower, and they're watching the lawnmower cut grass and they're donating to it like they're doing to the NPCs.
So that guy is like a troll to the whole NPC trend. That's the only one that I'm glad people are donating to because he's literally making fun of the whole thing.
I came across a child who had 80% of their body burned on a TikTok live with their mom, and they had 8 viewers. I donated $200 to them.
All kinds of gifts. Just little roses. What else did you give her?
Oh, a bunch of shit. There was a mermaid, a string of pearls, a seal, a whale. Oh, she was losing her mind. She was so happy.
Yeah.
Fucking people.
There's another guy that he's just got like a checkered shirt on, like a cholo, and he just sits there and says, "Don't press the glizzy button." And then, of course, everyone donates hot dogs, and he just sits there and goes, "Don't, or not a glizzy, not a glizzy." It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I believe that. It is the stupid thing I've ever heard of.
This is why I believe we should have to take an IQ test to breed. Yep.
I get why we were flying. Yeah.
Well, the upside is we know because of the conversation that we had with Matrix Hormones that semen is reducing in men.
Ugh.
So with the sperm count reducing, procreating is going to eventually fall off, and the people
Right.
like that won't be able to breed anymore. So
Well, you heard in South Korea, women just stopped having sex with men. They're
Yeah.
not procreating anymore over there. I mean, we're doing it to ourselves. I'm glad. Children don't deserve this. Future generations don't deserve what we're putting into the world right now. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, we are doing a lot of great things. $7,000 a day to be a robot on TikTok. We have people doing heart surgery for 23 hours straight. I don't know.
do you have anything else you want to add to that one?
I just think it's fucking stupid and I hate humanity sometimes.
I just sent a TikTok to Michelle the other day about it. It was like making fun of moms, and it's like being a mom in 2023. And she put it like a skit where a kid walks into her room, and she's like, I'm just working, honey. Give me a few minutes." And then she brings like a friend home, and she's like, "Okay, we got to be real quiet. My mom's at work," and she's just doing the NPC through in front of her phone.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? One day, society as we know it is going to collapse. And I'll survive.
Yeah.
I have a skill. I have you.
Yeah, you have me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm intelligent. I actually know how to work.
Yeah.
So people like that with the NPC trend, they're gonna fall off quick. You know what? Okay. Natural selection. I'm here for it. I'm on board with it. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm talking myself into it.
So, guys, I'm seeing super chats come through every once in a while. We will be reading the super chats at the end of the live stream so that we don't interrupt what we've got going on. I also realize as your camera's bouncing from this,
Yeah.
that I'm going to have to take that stand down, that's not a functional thing for me. And I'm going to have to go back to the stupid ass tripods.
I'm so sorry.
It's definitely kind of cool, but I can't touch the table. All right. So what else do we got, AJ?
I just looked. We have about 400 people in the chat.
Nice.
Ooh, hello, all 400 of you. Thanks for being here.
All right. So if the NBC TikTok trend pissed you off, I'm sure this one will get you.
Okay.
Did you guys hear about, have you heard time blindness?
Oh my fucking God. Here we go.
I pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start with the
Okay.
article. So woman mocked for asking time blindness question in job interview. So it says an interviewee's TikTok video has caused a stir on social media after she tearfully claims that she was yelled at for asking what accommodations there were for people with time blindness during a job interview for a trade school. While she tearfully claimed she was asking that doesn't make sense. Very reasonable, she says. She was labeled entitled for asking it. The video posted by Sarah Trefren to TikTok 1 week ago has 4.6 million views and has sparked some serious debate on the employment system.
Okay. So first and foremost, nobody has to hire you, right?
No, you're right. Yes.
As a business owner, I'm not going to hire somebody that can't come to work on time. I'm not going to hire somebody that is not capable of doing the job that I'm hiring for them to do. Being that I'm in Florida and it's a right to work state, I can literally fire you because I don't like your shirt and simply say, we don't need you anymore. And that's the end of it. I don't have to give you a reason. That's the right to work. To think that somebody's going to be like, what do you do for people who have time blindness? My answer would be, I suggest you set multiple alarms, because if you're late to work, you're not going to have a job.
Yeah.
So it says, and then the person I was with, which the follow-up article that I found, the person that interrupted was actually her mother, which was on the interview with her for trade school. I don't know about you, but I usually didn't take my parents on interviews after I was 18 years old. I didn't take them when I was 13 when I got my first job interview.
Okay, wait a minute. You said to trade school, meaning that she wasn't even going for a job. She was trying to get into trade school?
Correct.
That's
so
even
it says,
worse.
and then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else. And then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying accommodations for time blindness don't exist. And if you struggle being on time, you'll never be able to get a job, provided you are trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. So basically, she thinks that on the follow-up article, that she was asking for extra time on the front or back end of whatever her schedule was supposed to be. They had a strict late policy that after 4 tardies, you'd get kicked out of the program.
Go ahead, babe, because I know you had something you wanted to say.
If I were doing a job, if I were conducting a job interview, I've done those. I've done job interviews. If somebody hit me with time blindness and accommodations, I don't know if I'd hit him with, so you're telling me you lack discipline, or if I would just carry on the conversation and never call them back and just red flag every interview.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me. You don't have discipline.
If you know that you have an issue being on time to somewhere and say you got to be there at 7 a.m., put it in your phone that you got to be there at 6.
Oh, yeah.
And start trying to be there at 6 a.m. And if that makes you there at 6:30 or 6:45, you're still fucking early. Mm-hmm. I don't understand that. There's no excuse in that whatsoever. For me, the type of person that I am with the discipline that I have, if I am not somewhere 15 minutes early, I'm late.
Yeah.
And when I'm not going to be somewhere 15 minutes early, I'm calling to be like, hey, I'm late. I'm not going to be there until like 6:50. I know I'm supposed to be there at 7, but I'm going to be late. Like, my boss will be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, you got 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, but that 10 minutes,
just in case.
Right?
Yeah, no, I live by, if I'm early, I'm on time. If I'm on time, I'm late. And if I'm late, they're already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chris, there's a nice buzzword in here for you.
Okay.
When I posted the video, I thought everyone would know what I was referring to ADHD time blindness, she explained, claiming she was not prepared for the ableism she would experience as a result.
What? What the fuck is ableism?
Yeah. So it's like being racist, but for like a disability. So like if you were ableist against somebody in a wheelchair, like you don't employ people in wheelchairs because you don't like people in wheelchairs. I don't know. But she basically threw out a buzzword. I wasn't prepared to experience the ableism as a result.
Does she realize she has clocks and alarms? It's not like a person in a wheelchair.
It's not
can
even
just
close
get
to the
legs,
same thing. Right.
Right? A paraplegic, a quadriplegic.
She also brought God into it. I think that schools and businesses have a higher obligation to God, and I think that their first responsibility needs to be to care for other people, she said. I just think other people's struggles and getting them help needs to come before profit.
No, because that's what businesses are for. Businesses are there to turn profit and to provide a service for people.
Wasn't there a massive argument about how God should be taken out of the pledge said in the morning at schools because God doesn't belong in schools?
Right. There's been a very big push to get God taken out of school and major corporations.
But she's saying that because
the Christian God, to be clear. All the other gods are okay. You just the Christian God is the issue.
But she's trying to use that as the argument when it's been a standing thing that people don't want religion in school.
Right.
Okay.
I never heard of something like this. I didn't know that ADHD time blindness was a thing, even though like I truly believe I have ADHD with the way that my brain functions. I know that if I have to be somewhere, I'm ready to go like 5 hours ahead of time. And then I get anxiety knowing that I have to go somewhere. And then I start pacing. I'm like, oh God, am I going to be late?
I do that.
Because I don't want to be fucking looked at as somebody who doesn't have his shit together.
Yeah.
I also don't think that just because you have a disability, you should be able to get a job. If you have a disability and you have the capability of doing the job, you being disabled shouldn't matter.
Right.
If you have a disability and you're not capable of doing the job, you shouldn't fucking get hired. This falls into the whole woman. Oh man, I don't know if I want to get into that. This falls into the whole women's pay gap thing that the feminists push so hard. Do you know that no men on the planet would be employed if there was truly a wage gap between men and women?
It'd be cheaper to hire a bunch of women.
Right. As a business owner,
right.
If I knew that I could pay a woman less than a man, I would never hire a man. I would reap the profits of all the women doing the work, and I would, save all that money.
That makes sense. That's the logical thing. Yeah.
Right. Because businesses are in business to turn a profit.
Right.
They've actually proven now that women who don't have kids that work the same hours that a man does in a corporate job actually earns more money.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Chris, you've worked trades, right? Like
Yep.
other than tattoo industry, like
Yes,
construction.
I have. And I fucking hated it, but I have.
So the trade school in response, I think should have set her up with a real construction interview or whatever trade she's going to try and apply for.
Oh man.
And then have her ask that question to a real employer and not a school.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been a
lesson learned.
It would. I mean, I'm sure this entire thing has been a very eye-opening thing for her, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be like, "You just need to stop being a victim." Like, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to shit on this woman. I'm sure that her entire fucking life has been a mess.
Yeah, I shit on her.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I stitched it.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like, it's acceptable. I have accommodations for time blindness as long as you understand that there's payout blindness. Could be in Vegas, 9:00 in the morning on Friday, be like, oh yeah, I have the money for her deposit. And then the next thing I know, it's 10:00 on Saturday, I'm drinking wine. You have to wait till Monday.
You know, what's funny? The turnover rate at like fast food jobs or like Michelle works at Starbucks in Target, their employees are so late on a consistent basis, but nothing happens because they can't get people to fill the spots.
Right, because nobody wants to work anymore.
Right. So they sit there and they'll rack up these like strikes and then nothing happens. So they just continue it.
I have said over and over again, the hardest thing about being a business owner is finding good employees. And that's why when I find good employees, I fucking pay them really well because I don't want them to leave. Starbucks is a brainless job. Mm-hmm. McDonald's is a brainless job.
Has worked there since November and has never clocked in late once. And she opens every day.
Yeah. So then she needs to go in and be like, hey guys, since I'm the only one here who opens the store and I've never been late, time to give me that manager money. Yeah.
They only have one team lead position because it's a Target. So until that person goes somewhere else, she's got nowhere. We've already had this discussion.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. That's just pure stupidity. I gotta be honest, like this falls right back into what I said earlier about having an IQ test to breed.
Yeah.
That person's gonna breed and have a child and raise another victim.
Oh God. I mean, that's what
we're doing now. The funny thing is, Michelle will tell you, I have the worst concept of time.
Yeah.
Like when I sit down to edit, if it's, she'll say, how long is that going to take? I'll be like, 15 minutes. 3 hours later. And she's like, are you almost done? I'm like, oh, I moved on to 7 other things while I was doing that first thing.
Yeah, but you still made it on time. I survived
10 years in the military.
You still made it on time when we had to have our dinner too. Like,
dude, I was panicking. We hit so many stoplights. I timed it out and I was like, okay, this should give us like 5-10 extra minutes. So we're not there too early, but I'm not rolling up like right as the doors open. And we hit like four red lights in a row. And I was like, fuck, we're not going to have enough time. They're already going to be inside by the time we get there. Like she knows if we leave the house and it's 15 minutes to get there, we're leaving probably closer to 30.
Right. That's what you have to do. Ugh. Fucking people, man. All right.
The last one we've got picked out is Lizzo. Have you guys heard anything about the Lizzo thing over the past few days?
I've heard a little bit. I heard that she have something going on where she's being sued by one of her dancers because she was fat shaming her.
Multiple people.
Okay.
I've been keeping up. I'm nosy.
I
The
also heard
irony.
something about her shooting a banana out of her vag or out of a vag and other people having to eat it or some shit. I don't know.
My
It
understanding
was
that
something.
a
Yeah, it was.
stripper.
I think it actually might well have been. It was still inserted.
Yeah, it was at like a strip club or something in Germany, I think.
Okay.
So this is from NBC News. Former Lizzo dancers were weight shamed and pressured while at strip club. Lawsuit says 3 former dancers have filed a suit against Lizzo, accusing the singer of sexual harassment, creating a hostile work environment. 3 of Lizzo's former dancers have accused the singer of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment in a lawsuit filed on Tuesday. They allege that she pressured one of them to touch a nude performer at an Amsterdam club and subjected the group to an excruciating audition after leveling false accusations that they were drinking on the job. I don't see anything in this article about the specific banana incident.
While you're looking for that, somebody said Peaches is biting her lip. Me biting my lip means absolutely nothing. It's not an implied thing. I'm not thinking anything specific.
You want to bet?
Oh, you fucker.
Here, Michelle. I heard that in my headphones. I heard her chuckle at that. So it says, here we go. The suit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court and provided to NBC News by the plaintiff's law firm also accuses the captain of Lizzo's dance team of, wow, that's a big word. Yeah, dude, I got nothing. I don't even know how to say that. Proselytizing to other performers and deriding those. God, the article, whoever wrote this was trying way too hard.
Did you pre-read this?
I did, but I didn't see that one.
Gotcha.
Who had premarital sex while sharing lewd sexual fantasies, stimulating oral sex, and publicly discussing the virginity of one of the plaintiffs. So they're discussing this out in like a strip club while she's making other ones do actual sexual acts. And then for the most ironic part, the stunning nature of how Lizzo and her management team treated their performers seems to go against everything Lizzo stands for publicly. While privately, she weight shames her dancers and demeans them in ways that are not only illegal, but absolutely demoralizing.
You would think that if you were a dancer, a backup dancer, there would be like, you know that it was a long time women who worked in the airline fields had to be between 18 and 30. They had to maintain a certain weight. Mm-hmm. They did not hire a male stewardess. They could not be married. And if they were married, they could not wear a ring. There was a whole like thing about that. And though that is a very extreme case of what I'm about to say, you would think that there would be certain standards in that field that would need to be maintained because dancing is hard.
Oh yeah, that's a high cardio thing.
Right. So you would think that if you can't maintain a certain shape and keep up with everything, that would be a problem. But you can't be like the Lizzo person who's body positivity and I'm fat and beautiful,
right?
And then shit on somebody else because they can't fucking lose weight or because they're not to the standards they want. Like,
yeah,
there's a whole lot of hypocrisy there.
She actually had a whole Netflix series come out about how she was specifically looking for plus size dancers for the show that they did.
The actual strip club accusation.
What's that?
It says the trip to Amsterdam strip club Ben Namadabar happened after a performance in the city earlier.
We lost you. He did text me earlier and said that they were having a really bad storm.
Yeah.
Lizzo allegedly began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from the performers, the suit says.
So this was her pushing the performers, or like her stage people to do this, like to partake in all of that?
Right. It was, she would have these parties, and if you partook, you got preferential treatment.
I believe that. I believe it. I believe that she's on a power trip and she thinks she can do whatever she wants. Like, you want to be a part of my stage? Okay, well, what are you willing to do?
Right. The fuck is wrong with people?
I have no idea.
This falls back to the Miranda Lambert thing where like somebody gets a little bit of power and thinks that they're the center of the universe. Here's a question though. Why didn't the people that were there that was uncomfortable with this just leave?
Because this is their dream. This is their gateway.
Right. But if you're already doing that job and you are already one of her backup dancers in that scenario, you know that you're going to sue. Why not just leave?
I don't think they decided to sue at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're that uncomfortable and you're that unhappy, like I would never put myself in that situation. If I was uncomfortable with somewhere, I would bounce. Like
Me too. I would.
You can always find another job.
I view it as very weak-minded.
Yeah.
And I say that as somebody who was weak-minded. I was in situations like that, not to that extent, but I put myself in some very uncomfortable situations where, looking back, I had my fucking car. I drove myself there. Why did I not get up and leave? And it's because I didn't have the self-worth. I was embarrassed. There was that, if I were in their position, there would be that word like, it's fucking Lizzo, dude. Like, if I walk out of here, she could end my career. She could tell other people, don't hire her.
2 dancers were fired in April and May, according to the suit. Williams lost her job April 26, days after she spoke up at a meeting in which she challenged an assertion from Lizzo that the dancers were drinking before performances. The day before, Lizzo had told the group that they would have to audition again, a move that prompted what the suit described as an excruciating 12-hour rehearsal. So basically, if Lizzo was dissatisfied with their performances, the dancers would be fired and sent home.
Well, that falls back on the right to work the right to work thing.
Yeah.
If she is their employer and they're not meeting the standards that she has set in terms of performances, she should have the right to fire them. If I hired Peaches to do a tattoo for me and she did the drawing and I went and looked at the drawing and I didn't like it, I have the right to walk away from that. Mm-hmm. I have the right to fire her as my tattoo artist because I am paying you to do a job. Lizzo is paying them to do a job. If she's not happy with the way that it's going, she should have the right to fire them. If it's because they're hungover, that's a different problem altogether, but she should still have that right to let them go as well. As a tattoo shop owner, if my artists are coming to work drunk, I have the right to fire them. Hey, you could potentially fuck somebody up. You could fuck up my business. You could, ruin my kid's college. I don't need you here. Fuck off. So in that aspect, I understand that they should have the right, Lizzo has the right to fire people. The other things that I'm having an issue with is that she is the public persona of being morbidly obese and it being okay.
Yep.
I wonder if she could get up on that stage for 12 hours and keep up with the dancers who are there. I'm willing to bet she can't.
I think she does.
To the same extent?
I don't know.
For 12 hours? I would put money on it that she couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh, I couldn't.
I can't keep up with a CrossFitter. Mm-hmm. I know that. It's the same thing. It's one thing for somebody to come up there and like perform for an hour or two. It's another to make somebody stand up there and do that shit for 12 hours at a time.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. Those people should have walked off stage though. That whole mindset, like I'm not doing this anymore. I can find another job, somebody that's going to, support what I'm doing. Why would I want to be a backup dancer for somebody who's fucking insane and is trying to dictate my life to this extent? There's got to be an ebb and flow. The superpower of being an employee is that you can find another job. The superpower of being an employer is that I can find another employee. Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. I really don't. Really don't.
I heard that either her coach, somebody on her team, is also being accused of being inappropriate and forcing religion on others. Like, I believe she is part of the lawsuit. I could be wrong on that. She came out with a video in response to it, and her response to the allegations of being inappropriate and forcing religion was, don't worry, God loves you. God sees you. All of these things. And people are like, well, that just solidifies it for us.
How do you, well, I don't know. All of this just screams pathetic weakness to me. What else you got, AJ?
I think that was it.
That was all the ones we had pre-picked.
All All right, you want to bounce out of the chat then and start talking to some people in the supers and all right.
All
All right,
right.
AJ, let's try to find a couple more for next week so that we have some backups just in case we go through them quickly because this was only an hour. I got to be honest, I don't think that there's a whole lot in those that we can really discuss because this just comes down to weak-minded shit literally in all three of the cases.
Yeah.
You want me to send the super chats?
Yeah, you can send them over on Messenger. That way I don't have to try to dig through them.
Nope.
All right.
All right. I'm ending the TikTok, guys. I will talk to you later. See ya.
All right. Oh, super chats are coming through. He sent those fucking quick. All right, guys, let's read some super chats. Micah said, "Can hear him!" Exclamation point. Destiny Macy said, "Chris, your chivalry, way of a gentleman is exactly what our society desperately lacks / needs. Peaches, your presence is truly a breath of fresh air. Love you." I'm going to move this over here so you can see them.
Oh, look at that.
So, Destiny, did you guys actually hear the call to action that I put out for men today on the YouTube channel? I'm curious to hear what you guys think of that. Alexis Dube, this is the one who was having a hard time subscribing to your TikTok earlier, said,
Gotcha.
Pinky Doll is an OF creator, checks out 100%.
Oh, I believe that.
Brittany G. Nelson said, my niece is 12, currently in the middle of an investigation because of this trend. Won't say more, it's gross.
I believe that too.
This dude said, he started doing the lawnmower live. I unfollowed. That's good. Order 856 has the wrong shipping address. Well, you should send us an email and correct that because the shirts are going out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Ableism equals discrimination against disabled people. Uncle Scully said, people like that are attaching ISMs to every problem they have, so they have excuses for non-responsibilities. What is an ISM?
I have no idea.
Polly Shea said, just saying hi.
Hello.
Taylor Willard said, my husband is a paramedic, and to be a flight medic, you must be a certain weight. It's not hard to take care of yourself. It's true. Alexa said, how long have we been together? We appreciate everything you do. Some things are just not for everyone else. We like to keep things.
There are things we're going to keep private.
Yeah.
We're not going to see our wedding photos.
Right. All that shit's ours.
Yeah.
So we give you guys a lot of who we are as a couple, but some of that shit
as individuals
is just meant to be for us. Chat's going ape shit, trying to catch up because I haven't had this window open. So I'm gonna sit here for a minute and let it catch up.
Chap. Oh, the chat's going ape shit?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, ableisms, ISMs, isms. Got it. Ooh, Australian Fireflyer. Got home from the gym, only missed the first 15 minutes. This was a nifty theme for a live. Also, my labs posted to LabCore's portal this morning, and I'm extra pumped for my appointment now. I see something in there that may be a huge answer for me.
Ooh, look at that.
That's fucking it, man.
That's awesome.
You guys don't realize... Somebody said we're blurry off and on. It's because I didn't hit record on the camera, so it's not auto-focusing.
Were you supposed to do that?
Yeah, well, it autofocuses when the record is on, but not when it's off.
Right, but weren't you supposed to record it?
It's recording.
Oh.
But it records through OBS, so I don't have to turn the cameras on.
Gotcha.
You guys don't realize what's going on inside of your body until you actually get your blood work done. Alexis Dube, totally get it. I really do appreciate you guys. It's changed my life. Well, I'm glad we've changed your life. I'm glad that we're able to help you guys with shit.
That's awesome.
AJ, you don't have to send any more supers. We are currently watching the chat now. Oh, man. So what would you guys like to talk about?
I got really nice cheekbones. I wish I knew how to conduct my face so we could take really good pictures. I don't know how to model.
I think you do pretty good with the pictures, babe. I think you're just hard on yourself because you don't like the way you look.
Oh, people do like super serious faces. I just like I have too much eyebrow action going on. How do they?
That would have been it. You just would have hated the photo.
Oh,
Because
you're
I
right.
take pictures and I'm like, damn. And you're like, I hate it.
I don't like my face. Yeah.
What stuff do you guys not talk about? DV, SA, and child abuse.
Ooh. Our sex life.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about, dude. If it's about our personal lives, it's going to be very limited.
Am I feeling better? I'm feeling slightly better. Spent all day in bed today. We are doing an R&R covering narcissism tomorrow, and I have like 5 pages of notes about that I'm pretty excited about.
Somebody said, this is my first time in y'all's live stream. I love y'all. Do you live stream often? Yeah, we do actually. We missed like 3 weeks because we didn't have proper internet here, but we normally go live 2 or 3 times a week.
Yep.
Got to make sure that you guys hit that notification bell. How's Grace? Grace is amazing. Love that car. Danielle Good asked how you like your pipe, your proxy pipe.
Oh, I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. If I didn't keep all the stuff in the bathroom on the porch, I'd go refill it.
Someone said, what are your thoughts on Mia Khalifa, the ex-corn star, giving marriage advice on TikTok? I don't know anything about that person or the advice they're giving, so I have no opinion.
I didn't know she was giving marriage advice. Is she married? I feel like if you're not married or in a healthy one, you shouldn't really be giving advice.
Right. And yet marriage counselors do it all the time. Sabrina Wolf said, how do you manage kids' job, mom living with you, exercising, self-esteem issues, and a dom-sub relationship? It's called living your life. You prioritize and execute.
Yeah, what's important to you?
Yep.
Too many questions for that. That would have to be an email. Far too many questions for that.
Someone said, I have a tattoo question. I'm thinking of getting a professional tattoo done. Do tattoo artists have specialty artwork that they can promote, or is it entirely on the customer for tattoo ideas? You should be able to go in there and go, I want this. Mm-hmm. If you know the artist, you know the work that they do, and you're going for their style of tattooing, you can go in there and go, you can do whatever you want, but you're going to actually get whatever they want to tattoo. So it's your job as somebody that's getting marked for the rest of your life to walk in and know what you want to get.
Right.
And go, okay, I want this. Here's the ideas I have. And then you have a back and forth with them and they design something for you.
One of the most irritating things for me. So I was a body piercer. Haven't been a tattoo artist. But as somebody who would work the front desk, one of the most irritating things would have a client come in and be like, I want to get a tattoo. I'd be like, all right, dope. What do you want to get?
A tattoo.
I don't know. What should I get? I don't know. I would tell you to get a skeleton hand on your throat. You have to know what you want. The artist can't work with nothing.
Yeah. Laura Palmer said, I love your content. Question about right to work in Florida. My friend just got fired and it's blatant retaliation. I'm trying to convince her to report them. You can report them. I don't think it'll go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Florida is a right to work state. You can't even, like, real shit. If you guys live in Florida, your compete clauses that are put into most agreements can be chewed through by a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Like, this is a right to work state. So if I don't like the way that you're doing a job as an employer, I have the right to let you go. And I don't have to give you a reason. And you can claim and blame whatever the fuck you want to blame. But when it comes down to it, we go to court, I'm just going to go, didn't need them anymore. Mm-hmm. I realized that I could do the job that they were doing and it would save me payroll. Just say whatever the fuck you want to say. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And even if you had bad text messages saying like, fuck that person, blah, 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 that's personal life, not business life. Like a lawyer, if you're going to go to business, you're going to go to war with a lawyer, with a business who has money that's going to be able to fight the court case a lot differently than you are. You guys have changed my life. Every time I go to send an email, more doors open that I need to go through first. It's wild. Thank you for the self-awareness.
All right, so I'm going to say something. I don't know who said it, but it's been said to me a couple of times that there are infants or young boys who are 2 to 4, and every time I'm on the screen that they're obsessed with me and the mom thinks that they have a crush on me. That makes me very uncomfortable. I think that is a very diet version of sexualizing children. I'm not okay with that. So
I could actually see that.
yeah. So please refrain from doing that. You can say that your kid's obsessed with me or your kid gets quiet when I come on the screen or I'm soothing. That other stuff makes me uncomfortable. Please don't do that. Thank you.
On that question about the job thing, she said my friend's boss basically told her that she was being fired because she expressed discomfort about favoritism in the workplace. They asked her to tell us how we can fix things and then fired her. Yeah, I mean, you can get fired for that. If you're not happy with the way things are going and your employer is not happy with you being there, they can let you go. When you get a job, you were agreeing to sell your time to a company to do the job. If they're not happy with it or you're not happy with it, you break ways and you find another job. People get too caught up in that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking owes you anything.
Yeah, I would just move on and find a new job.
Right. Now, if there was a contract involved, there was like severance pay or something like that was not being handled, then there would be a legal repercussion to that. AJ's a paralegal. AJ, you should be the one answering this question, not me.
Oh, the person who said that their child has a crush on me, apologize. You don't have to apologize. I don't think people recognize I was a child and I would constantly hear from adults in my life, oh, you have a crush on him. Oh, you have a crush on him. And it made me uncomfortable because I didn't even understand what that meant. And that was just pushed so hard in my childhood. You're boy crazy. You're chasing boys. All of that kind of shit. I think that contributed to me putting a lot of worth on my body versus my brain. People don't think about things.
I never thought about that either.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that, but...
Does it make sense?
I mean, yes, it does.
Oh.
It does make sense.
I was like, damn, okay. Let me try. Let me try again.
Oh, man. Well...
I want to snack on something and watch poker.
I'm very much down for that. Did I tell you that I ordered the plastic card dividers so that we no longer have to use the bottom of the playing card deck, the random card that they send? There's actually a plastic card splitter now.
Oh shit.
So I won't be able to fan the cards that I was fanning the other night. I also bought plastic trays that hold poker chips like they have in Vegas, so you can just put your chips in it and walk it to the table versus trying to carry them in your shirt.
That's so fancy.
I also ordered more poker chips, but I got high stack chips because I think the biggest chip that we currently have goes to 25,000. So that in the event that we ever want to do like a deep stack and do like an expensive tournament, we could do that too.
So I am fully convinced that I'm a savant at poker.
How much money do you have on the World Series of Poker app?
I'm up to almost 70 million.
70 million?
Yeah.
How much did you fucking play today?
So that was yesterday and today combined.
I get like 5 minutes on that app and I have to do something.
Yeah. Well, I was sick. Well, today, I don't think I'm sick. I just felt really shitty today.
Right.
And I think my immune system's weakened and that shot last night did not help.
No.
And yesterday, I was a depressed piece of shit and did nothing. So yeah. I spent the last 2 days playing poker on my phone.
But you're up to 70 million.
Yeah.
You have more money in yours than I have in mine.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you've played a lot more than I have, but I haven't busted out. Every time I go in, I normally leave with more than I went in with. But
I'm going in there and I'm wrecking people. I actually really pissed off a dude. I bought in for like 3.5 million and he was sitting there at like 33 million. And I was playing for maybe 10 or 15 minutes and I got a really good hand. So I bet 3 times the pot. And he
3
matched
times
it.
the pot or 3 times big blind?
3 times big blind.
Okay.
That's what I meant. And it went around and it came out and I had a full house. So I went really high with it. I did like 1.5 million as a bet. And he overbet me a massive amount, tried to bully me.
Right, because he had the chips to do it.
Right. So I went all in. And he probably lost, he was at 33 million after that because he also had something going. I don't like the way they distribute chips because one person wins the hand. But in the game, if I get a full house and somebody gets a straight, they still get part of the pot.
It depends on the side pot. It's a side pot. You remember the other night when we were playing?
Okay.
And you went all in and there was still action going on at the table? That's the side pot. That's what
Gotcha.
you're seeing on the app.
Okay. That doesn't make sense to me. Well, he still got money back, but I took a large chunk of his money and he was trying to shit talk me the whole game. But he started recognizing like I'm playing to win. And it got to the point he was just kept calling me a dork. And I was like, not a very large vocabulary, huh?
You have your chat turned on that?
I don't know how to, you can turn it off?
Yeah, it's in the settings.
Oh, look at that. I was having fun. I was making him angry.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point to where he just kept throwing cards and he kept folding because I'm making big bets and I'm winning. And he kept talking shit and I was like, I get it. I was like, oh, so you just talk and don't play. I understand. And then he just withdrew. I think I hurt his ego a little bit.
I wonder if that place in Bradenton still has that the kennel club up there.
The what club?
The kennel club. It was, I think they called it the One-Eyed Jacks or whatever. It was a poker room.
That would be dope.
AJ just sent me a message and said, so since Vegas trip is a byproduct of the podcast and I get 20%, if you guys hit some ridiculous jackpot, does that also count? Ha ha ha. Are you going to pay for 20% of my trip, bro? Because we're 13,000 in yet and we haven't even left yet.
No, we haven't. And that's not spending money and shit.
No, that's flight, hotel, and rental car. We're 13 grand in. But I also did not go little on the room. Like I kind of...
I love that you did it up for me.
I thought about going like coach
Yeah.
instead of first class to get an even bigger room, but I'm not flying coach. I'm too big from the last seats.
I am so excited. This is going to be the booziest vacation I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I still have to figure out if I'm going to do the helicopter into the Grand Canyon thing or if the Grand Canyon thing's even going to happen. Okay, there's a message here that says, can you guys discuss your thoughts and feelings on the wedding cake situation where the grooms tend to publicly embarrass or act a specific way with the cake cutting ceremony? Is it any different than the bride smashing the cake in the groom's face? Because both the groom and the bride tend to do that to each other. So I'm curious as to what exactly you mean there.
Right.
Vanessa, you will always get an automated reply because we have it set to vacation mode on there so that everyone gets some sort of reply. Laura Palmer said, love listening to you guys while I do Aaron's chores. Just finished sweeping the whole house. Now moving on to laundry loads. I know I'm not the only one. You actually aren't the only one. We hear that shit a lot.
Yep.
My first time in Vegas, I bought a petite queen suite. We got a corner, I think we got a corner suite, strip facing, but it's one with like an additional like living space in it.
Right.
I went hard because
Yeah.
it's Cosmo.
Hang on. I want to point that out. I just sent an email that was under 100 words and got an automated response back with the laughing face.
Yeah, just
All
responded.
right. I know.
to it.
I want to say something about it. That comes across as like an attempted roast, maybe, or I don't know. Why did you feel the need to say that we give out automated responses to emails?
That was the person that I told to email about the T-shirt, the
Right.
wrong T-shirt address.
Gotcha. Okay. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand.
Gotcha. Uh-oh. The odd one. My fiance and I are going to Vegas in December and getting married there.
Oh,
where
shit.
are you getting married there in Vegas? And are you having an Elvis guy do it, or are you just kind of doing a thing? Because you can get married in Vegas and not actually be on the strip. You can like go out to Red Rock and shit and like do the thing. Okay. She's more descriptive here. It said, sorry, I meant there was a recent TikTok about a woman who divorced her husband a day after they got married because of how he acted. She asked him not to do anything silly, and I'm assuming he smashed the cake in her face. And I'm almost...
But then he smashed her in the face.
We stitched that. we talked about that heavily last year.
We did.
This is one of those things that you clearly know that this is a boundary. Please don't do that. And they fucking did it anyways. You are setting your entire marriage up for failure by that situation. I 100% believe her divorcing him the next day was the right thing to do.
Oh, yeah, I would have pulled an annulment.
An annulment would have been the answer, not a divorce.
Not playing that fucking game. This is the biggest day of our lives. And you want to... I didn't, but women do spend a lot of time picking out their makeup, picking out their hair, getting all of that ready, spending hours in a chair, getting ready for their wedding. And it was a very clear boundary. Yeah, bro, get fucked. Pack your shit and get out too.
So here's a thought from a photographer side of things.
Yeah.
When you do the wedding, you have all of the action shots first. Mm-hmm. The cake cutting and all that shit, that's all part of the detail shots that come, right? So like you do the wedding ceremony itself, all the movement, the cake cutting, the photographer needs to be in a certain position to take the pictures. That happens. After that, you have staged ceremony photos. You have to do the bride and the groom. You got to do the grooms and the bridesmaid, the groomsmen and bridesmaid or whatever. Best men, flower girl, all of that shit. Families got to come together. The last thing a bride wants in her wedding photos is to have ruined makeup or cake in her fucking face and hair because of some bullshit. As a wedding photographer who has charged $10,000 to $15,000 a wedding, I was fucking livid every time that happened because it ruined the entire experience for the rest of the thing for the bride, because that means more to them than it does to her.
Yeah.
So when she's looking back on these photos of their wedding day, I now look like I did a bad job because I'm not going to sit there and Photoshop all that shit off your face or out of your fucking hair. You should have told your man not to do that shit. Like, that's not a me problem. Mm-hmm. That's a whole lot of... There's a whole lot there. Like
I would write into a contract. I charge extra for that shit.
Yeah.
If I'm dedicating an additional 4 to 6 hours to edit bits of cake and shit out of your hair,
4 to 6 hours out of on hundreds of photos.
Well, I don't know how many photos get.
It would taken forever to do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be an additional charge.
Right. Those things are always sold in packages.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyways, that's not really the point. The point is that it makes, as a wedding photographer, I have seen secondhand or firsthand how that has affected, and I have been affected by it secondhand. I don't agree with that shit. You would think that if you're getting ready to have your wedding day and you want to have this amazing experience, to me, walking down the aisle and like you walking to me is the most important part of all of that. And then obviously taking my last name. Beyond that, I don't give a shit about it. Like, there's something about that to me that makes it personal, but knowing that the entire experience may mean more to you than me, I'm going to do my fucking best to make sure that whole experience is the way that it needs to be, not, fucking smashing cake and making fun and being a drunk, belligerent fuckface at my wedding. Would y'all consider putting a To Be Better logo on a onesie? I have no idea.
I would wear a onesie with a To Be Better logo on it.
Yeah. That was a baby onesie, though.
Oh. No. I mean, I'm your baby.
Yeah, here you are. Somebody said no. They said no. We're not doing the whole Elvis thing. We are just doing a small thing. We have both been married before. We don't want to do anything big. Just mostly doing the foodie thing while we are there. So I don't know where you're staying, but if you are going to be staying on the Strip, you should check out the Cosmo. They have a place in there called Holstein's. Has the best burger I've ever had in my life, and they do alcoholic milkshakes, and they are amazing. And I'm a burger connoisseur, so like, trust me when I tell you their burgers are the shit.
I really want to try an alcoholic milkshake.
Yeah.
It'll have to be in the room. Do they do small sizes? Is it just one big milkshake?
You can just have some of mine.
Okay, I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have regular milkshakes?
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing.
I'm going to get a virgin milkshake.
That's the hotel that we're staying at, so we can just literally walk down there whenever and do what we want. Just have to tell you guys that my husband and I went to marriage counseling a few years ago. Was very helpful at the time, but what you guys are doing is way better. Thank you for everything that you do.
That's insane to hear.
It is insane to hear. Hey, Zach finally made it to the chat.
I was about to say, it's the first time I've seen Zach.
He's been on a plane. Polly Shay is taking off. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I'm getting married Halloween weekend in South Carolina and the reception in North Carolina. I can't wait. Any advice for my fiance and I? Have all your expectations listed out of what you expect from each other in your marriage.
Yep.
Chris, how do you like your burgers fully loaded? No, because I don't like lettuce or tomato on my burgers.
I don't either.
It changes, like it takes away from the actual burger itself. So the ideal burger to me, if it's done properly, because people can really fuck up a bison burger, I want grass-fed bison for the meat. And I would like a 80-20 lean. I don't want it to be too lean, because if it's too lean, it gets dry. I want
flavor.
Right. I want it medium rare, not to the point where it's like ground beef in the
Mushy.
center. I want to tell that it's been cooked, but it's just slightly pink. No red. Pepper jack cheese, mayo, onions, grilled jalapenos, egg, avocado, and bacon. That's the perfect cheeseburger
Yeah.
to me. Mustard and mayo. I don't know if I said that or not. I saw somebody with a victim mentality in the chat, but I can't find the original chat. So, and now I scrolled past it. Where'd it go?
Now I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah, they just said, "I guess I'm just unseen." Dang. I guess you
said
were,
that?
because I didn't see it.
Who said that?
E-Money Thompson.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the chat.
Yes.
Don't take it personal.
375 people here. Not you really want to get our attention? Send us a super chat. Those are guaranteed to get read. AJ said bougie as fuck. Bro, I am. I'm very specific with my food. Like, when it comes to burgers, I am a connoisseur. Sauteed onions or cold fresh cut onions? That depends. I like sauteed onions, but it depends on the onion. Like if we're talking like just a red sweet onion, I would rather that be cold so that it's crunchy.
Kind of hung up on that sense of entitlement from that comment.
Sabrina said they were the ones asking about nacho. I don't even know what the fuck nacho parenting is.
What is nacho parenting?
No idea, so I don't have an opinion on it. My husband and I will be in Vegas soon for a work trip, staying near the Flamingo. Any favorite places to eat around the area? He doesn't want to venture too far. Isn't the Flamingo in Old Vegas? Like the Flamingo's not on the Strip. That's in the other area, I think.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't think that actual casino's on the Strip, and I'm only familiar with the Strip. That other area where the zip lining and shit is, I've never been over there. If they bring out the bison burger and it's still red in the middle, how do you usually react? Are you the person who sends it back? Fucking right, I am. Bison burgers are expensive.
We went to a restaurant. Was it in St. Augustine? I don't know. We went somewhere and I got a bison burger. And it was just absolutely terrible. I don't know if I could try another one.
Really?
That was a really bad experience for me.
You're also really weird about that. So AJ actually sent me what the thing about nacho parenting.
Oh, I was just getting ready to Google it.
He said, but I because of the way that whole thing went down, I don't want to address it.
Okay. I am okay with that. Not rewarding bad behavior. I view that more as a temper tantrum, though.
It's what it felt like. I have never had an egg on my burger. I need to try it. If you do, make sure you've got a lot of napkins and have them make it over easy so that it the yolk actually gets into the bread. Yep. Damn, I'm hungry as fuck now. The Flamingo is on the Strip. Now
I'm also hungry.
Now I have to see where the Flamingo is on the Strip.
I'm also very weird about eating meat. I go through stages. I don't know if this is attributed to my autism or what goes on, but there are periods of time where I literally cannot swallow meat. The texture of meat in my mouth makes me nauseous. My throat physically closes.
Okay, so the Flamingo is directly across the street from Caesar's Palace. So from the Flamingo, you literally walk down the road. Caesar Palace is there, the Bellagio, Aria, and then the Cosmo, which is where we're staying, is just a little further down. It's right next door to the Cosmo or to Aria. That's where that burger place is that does the burgers and shakes that I like so much. Also, there's a place in the Cosmopolitan that does a breakfast burrito called the Henry. That's my fucking jam. I love breakfast burritos. All right, we got some super chats. Love that. Do you believe that check-ins can be effective when done over the phone? Married 22 years, husband is an OTR trucker. Yes, I think it can, but I think that being in the truck with him and having that conversation would be way better.
I agree with that, or FaceTime.
Yeah. The only concern that I would have with that would be distractions on the road while he's driving. I would imagine that there are times where it's going to be a distraction for him and hard for him to focus on what's happening. But I do believe that that's possible. Amanda said, "Thanks for all you guys do. You both have helped my family immensely. I've started standing up for myself and setting boundaries." I fucking love that.
That is amazing.
Have a backbone.
Yep.
Dahlia said, "We need to have a repeat command on YouTube live chats. That way you can quickly address repeating yourself isn't going to get your way." I can create that. You have a question not getting answered, send a super chat. Tis the way. This is the way. John Hogan said, "Moose, you have to try it."
Moose meat?
Yep.
Ooh, I wonder what that tastes like. They're very scary creatures. They look very muscular.
They're mean as fuck.
Right.
But the meat's not gamey. Moose is actually good meat. Moose are super fucking aggressive too.
Right.
Like they will charge your ass. He told me that when he was in Alaska, they were on quads, and he saw a moose like less than 30 yards from him, and he's like, "What the fuck do I do?"
What do you do?
You turn off the lights on your quad and hope to God this thing doesn't charge you. William Rigby said, "Your thoughts on a guy entering an already started family. Daughter is 8 and is calling me dad. Father wants nothing to do with her and does not pay child support." Well, I mean, if he doesn't want anything to do with her and is not paying child support, I do think it's weird that you're just entering the whole home situation. She's 8 years old calling you dad already. I wonder how many other men she's referred to as dad.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, if you're entering into this situation, her already calling you dad is a red flag for me.
Yeah, that's not normal. Kids don't do that. When you introduce your partner to your kids, you always use their name.
Figure out, do you really fucking want kids? Because this is a commitment.
Yeah.
If she's already had men abandon her and you're going to be the next one, you're just going to continue to fuck her up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Jenna said she was in a car and was charged by a moose. It's scary.
You want to start getting off of here? It's almost 8:30.
Yes, I do actually, because I would like to have some dinner and watch some poker, because we have not had dinner yet.
Yeah. I just want some time with you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Bounce, wow, wow. Well, I guess with that being said, I should probably hit this button. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.